last week, and he played like it against Seattle. 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Pretty clean game.
I like what he said prior to the playoffs about his past playoff experiences where things didn't go the way that he wanted them to. He said he put too much pressure on himself, that everything had to be precise, everything had to be perfect. He backed it off for this year's playoffs, and you see the end result. Just go out, have fun, be yourself. And boy, that worked to perfection in that game against Seattle.
Now Ryan on first down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Six yards to go here on second down. Now Ryan on second down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On first and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved. In the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Ryan will throw again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Star Tulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. On third down, Ryan. And yes, he found Toilolo. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Ryan. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Throwing again, Ryan. His pass caught at the 4. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Newton on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyson Jackson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long. It's Newton. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They will go for it. Now Newton. And Ginn's got it. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Ted Ginn, 68 yards. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. And as Atlanta gets set to go again on the offensive side, before the game, you and I talking about the Georgia Dome. Surprisingly getting one more game in front of those home fans thanks to Green Bay's win over Dallas.
Yeah, I don't think they truly expected it. And that's one of those added bonuses, right? You get one more in front of the home fans, one more time with your routine at home as you play the most important game of the season, the NFC Championship game. But I do know this. Our colleague Ulysses, no one happier than him to have one more game in the Dome as he is a monster Falcons fan.
Falcons hoping to make their second Super Bowl. They lost in Super Bowl 33 to Denver. On 2nd down, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
As you look back over the 2016 season, seeing Julio Jones against Carolina is definitely going to stick out in your mind, isn't it?
Oh, he was unbelievable.
300 yards worth of receptions that day. And you just wonder, when he's on, can anyone defend him? And now, the Green Bay Packers have to figure out how to defend Julio Jones in the NFC Championship game.
He scored again against Seattle. He also has other options as well that have stepped up. Hooper at tight end, Mohamed Sanu, Gabriel. So some weapons making it hard to double-team him.
Hard to double-team him. And then, of course, you can always have the two-headed monster in the backfield, Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, that can hurt him as well. The Atlanta Falcons are high-powered on offense.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown. But when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Connects with Sanu right side. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. 4th down. Here's Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He's going to launch this thing way down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 31 on third down.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on third and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
To throw is Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Oh, design run for their wideout. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, Newton looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it, make them do it again.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Justin Hardy, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's the option going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 2nd down, here's Newton. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Newton on 3rd down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there?
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Carolina get set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision.
There goes Jonathan Stewart. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, 97 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And that's only the 3rd time in NFL history we've had a run of exactly 97 yards into the end zone. So we're witnessing a little bit of history right there, partner.
And what makes it that much more impressive for me is that if you're on defense, you're expecting them to run the ball. They're on their own 3-yard line. Not many people risking throwing it. So you expect them to do exactly what they did, yet it still breaks for 97 yards. That's a long way.
And some quick research, the other two, 2014 Lamar Miller, the other
I know the other one.
Okay.
That was 1939, Andy Urim. I was there. Oh, no, I wasn't.
You weren't there. You were almost there. You were a baby at that point. Yeah, 1939. Wow. Yeah, here now come the Falcons. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Time running out here on the play clock. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's second down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles Johnson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And now a first down following that long gain. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that leads to an Atlanta first down. And that pass puts him up over 200 yards already here in the first.
And what it also does is it allows the offensive coordinator to be not selective anymore, but a little looser, right? You're feeling good about things. Accurate, balls being completed, yardage is being gained. Go ahead and keep taking shots. The whole team has confidence.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Dancing, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Coney Ely in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now,
they got his man complete. And they finally are with my good friend Charles Davis. Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. On 1st down, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on 1st. A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. He'll buy some time right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And the inaugural carry here for Fozzie Whitaker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Again, they'll go on the ground with Whitaker. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Newton. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Stewart is the lone setback. Newton. And this one complete right side to Funchess. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Here's Newton. And that is incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano.